Hey, fifth graders, this is Tuesday's lesson. So today, on Monday, we focus mostly on the customary system, which is what we're used to here in the United States. Today, we're going to focus more on the metric system, which, like I told you yesterday, most of the world uses the metric system. All right, so let's look at our notes today. This is the standard we're covering, and our learning targets are these. So let's look at the metric system today, if I can say that. The metric system of measurement is used by most countries in the world. So remember yesterday we looked at these little countries that use, well, it's just three. The United States, Liberia, and Burma are the only ones that uses the customary service system. The rest of the world, all in green, uses the metric system. The metric system was adopted in the United States in 1866, but its reception by the American public over the years has been quite low. It would be much easier if we used the metric system to convert because their system is based on 10 units of 10. So if you're talking about the metric system, when you're talking about length, you would talk about millimeters, centimeters, meters, and kilometers. Kilometers, kilometers, people say that different. It doesn't matter. Both ways are correct. The kilometer is the largest measurement, and the millimeter is the smallest measurement. Very, very tiny. If you're talking about weight or mass, you would be talking about milligrams, grams, or kilograms. And then we're talking about volume, capacity. We would either be talking about liters or milliliters. So even though the United States uses customary system, when you go to the grocery store, when you buy a bottle of Coke, the big one, it's a 2-liter. So that's kind of unusual because not very many things are we used to buying that's in the metric system. All right, so one thing, you probably have heard this before as well. I think a lot of this is review, but it's always good to review these things because they are important skills to have. There is the saying that will help you convert the metric system pretty easily since it's all based on 10. It says we can use what we know about the powers of 10 to convert between metric units of measurements. We can put all the units in the same chart because they follow the same conversion rules, very different than customary system. So if you can remember this saying, King Henry died unusually drinking chocolate milk, then that'll help you remember how to convert using the metric system. King Henry died I can't read or talk today. King Henry died unusually drinking chocolate milk. So if you weren't going to start taking a test on this, I would write those letters out. KHDUDCM. Now, how does that help us? Well, basically, since each of these is, if we start in the middle, here's our units right here. Okay, so if we're talking about length, we're talking about meters, we're talking about volume, we're talking about liters, and if we're talking about weight, we're talking about grams. So as you go to the left, each of these is going to be 10 times larger than the previous box. Okay, so a kilogram is 10 times bigger than a hectogram. A hectogram is 10 times bigger than a decagram, so on and so forth. If I'm down here, a milligram is 10 times 10 times is 1,000 times smaller than one meter or whatever unit you're using. Okay, so basically this chart helps you know how many times you're moving your decimals. Okay, so remember what we talked about yesterday when you're going to from big unit to small unit, you would multiply. When you're going from small unit to bigger unit, you would divide. And that's what this is saying down here as well. All right, so let's look at a few examples. Oh, and here's a less busy chart. This might be one that you can write in your math notes. All right, now let's try. So let's say we want to convert 5 meters. We want to know how many centimeters that is. 5 meters. So here in the middle, the word unusually, those are our actual units. So we're talking about 5 units. We want to know how many centimeters. So we're going from meter to centimeter. So 5. So we're going from a big unit to a smaller unit, which means we're multiplying. So basically we're multiplying, or we're moving our decimal to the right 1, 2 places. So for the decimals at the end, we're moving to the right 1, 2 places. If we moved it once, it'd be 50, twice it'd be 500. So the answer is 500 centimeters. 5 meters is 500 centimeters. All right, now we're going from the milliliters, the smallest unit, up to liters, our unit. So remember, we're going from small to big. Small to big, we're going to be dividing, or in other words, we're going to move our decimal to the left 1, 2, 3 places. If we move our decimal to the left 1, 2, 3 places, that means that 4 milliliters must be equal to 4 liters. Very good. See how easy this chart makes it? All right, so you guys try this one. You're going from kilograms, which is the biggest unit, down to meters. Not meters. I'm sorry. I was going here and I saw the word meter and I said it. You're going from kilograms to grams. So how many do you think? You're moving 1, 2, 3 times. What's the answer? It's 4,000. We added 3 zeros to the end of 4. All right, you guys, so if you will use that chart, that's all you have to do. So the questions that you're answering today, you will be answering some questions about the customary system and quite a few questions about the metric system. So use your charts, use what you wrote down yesterday about customary measurements, and you guys have a great day, and I will check in with you all later.